to Guitar Galleries. Today we're going to try and answer one of the big questions that we always get asked.
You looked at me with mysterious eyes. You could have been any one of those eyes. Yeah! You had me.
So the first guitar that we're going to talk about is the ESC80 by Fender. This is a really nice starting point. It's nylon strung, it's 3/4 scale. These are really brilliant guitars for anybody sort of 5 years up, really. I'd like to talk a little bit about the strings actually. A lot of parents when they come into the shop say that they would like an all nylon strung guitar. This is an all nylon strung guitar. The strings, you'll notice that there's 3 that look metal and 3 that look nylon. Now actually the string material refers to the core. So the core of these 3 strings are actually nylon. So this is an entirely nylon strung guitar. The reason why you would pick nylon strings is because in the first instance they're a lot softer on the kids' hands for when they're learning. So it's not as rough going on the fingers and they won't get as many blisters and sore hands as you would do on a steel string guitar. If you have a particularly tall child, you do get some 5-6-year-olds that are quite tall, then you can look at something like a full-sized guitar. Again, in the ESC range, I'll introduce the next one in a minute, but you'll see that the one that's been scaled up, so the full-size version, still actually has a slimmer neck. Ordinary classical guitars would have actually quite a wide neck, but the ESCs are superb, again for kids, because they have this slimmer neck here, and that's a lot easier for them to get their hands around. Now the ESCs are really aimed at a classical market in terms of you would do your grades through from 1 to 8. If you wanted to say play more up-to-date music, pop, sort of rock, some sort of James Bale, something like that, if you've got a kid that's particularly interested in modern music, then maybe nylon string isn't the way to go. There are actually some smaller steel string acoustics with really brilliant light actions. And again, with careful string selection, you can actually get your 5 or 6-year-old playing a steel string acoustic. Again, we'll have a look at some of those a bit later on. Right now, we'll just have a quick look at the next size up, just so you can see some of the differences. So here we have the ESC 105, which is the ESC's 80's big brother. The obvious differences are, it's obviously a bit bigger. This is actually what's regarded as a full-size classical guitar. The student instrument being the ESC. Again, you do have a lot more narrow neck. They've kept the narrow neck. So if you were to go and purchase a classical guitar, you would find that the neck would be a lot wider. So these, ideally, you'd be looking, I think, about 7 to about 12 years old. This guitar would be superb. Again, same as the ES80. Really aimed at sort of a classical style. I think if you were to sort of want to do anything a bit more modern, then you'd be looking towards a steel string acoustic. Having said that, there's nothing wrong at all with playing a nylon strung acoustic guitar. A lot of sort of modern folk players use nylon stringed instruments, and you'll probably find that, given a couple of years, your kid will probably end up with 2 or 3 different guitars for 2 or 3 different jobs. So don't be surprised if they ask for one of each. One of the key features of the ESCs, student instruments from Fender, are basically that they have a solid top. Now you could be very tempted to see guitars made by other brands from other places for a bit less money, and I'm talking about £25 less. These retail from, well, the ES80 actually retails from £79, and these you're looking about sort of 90 through to about £100. But you could be tempted to go buy one from another place, but you wouldn't be getting a solid top. Well, the best way of explaining this actually is, if you think about if you were to go and buy a kitchen, you could have a real oak top, or you could have one that looks like oak, but doesn't really stand the test of time. It doesn't last, the quality isn't there. With guitars, it's very, very important that you get something with a solid top. The solid top will age and mature tonally. That's to say that this is a first guitar. You want it to last. You want it to, you know, live with your kid for the sort of foreseeable future, really. And as a guitarist, it's something you never really get rid of, your first guitar, no matter what sort of piece of rubbish it was when you first bought it. Every guitarist I know still has the very first guitar. So with that in mind, buy something with a solid top. It's really important. So here we've got a Baby Taylor. Now this is a bit of an odd one. Baby Taylors weren't really developed for students or kids to learn on. They were actually developed for backpackers. They come with a really nice backpacking case. And they were essentially a scaled down guitar. Now they still have a solid top, which is great. Laminate back and sides, bolt-on fixed neck. Baby Taylors were actually put together slightly different to a normal Taylor. You can actually see the fixing screws there and there. So really the basics are steel strings. The guitar, because it's a steel string guitar, needs a truss rod in the neck. Now a truss rod is essentially a steel bar that runs through the neck and allows you to put steel strings on. It takes the tension of the strings. These are really, really brilliant for students, basically because of the size. And because it's a scaled down version, that's to say it's a shorter scale guitar, the string length is shorter. It means that the tension on the string is a lot less, so it's a lot easier to play. It gets even better if you put some light gauge strings on. If you go to any guitar shop and ask for some light gauge strings, they'll probably give you sort of 10s or 11s for steel string acoustic, which is a great place to start. If you want any more information on these guitars, I'm not going to go through the exact specifics and all the specs and the nut widths and things like that at the moment, because otherwise this video will just go on and on and on. But you can look at our website, guitar-galleries.co.uk, and all the specs for these guitars are on there. So yeah, the Baby Taylor, an absolutely brilliant mini steel string acoustic, which I would really strongly recommend for any student. Also, for any parents wanting to have a go as well. We get a lot of parents that come in and want to buy their kids a guitar, a starter guitar, and actually end up buying one of these because they're brilliant for adults to play. You can take them anywhere, take them camping, chuck them in the boot. They even fit in an overhead luggage compartment on the plane, which is really, really handy, so if you want to take it on holiday with you, you can. Yeah, an absolute top choice, and they start from $269, so not too much money. So GS Mini, again, solid top, spruce, bolt-on fixed neck, really scaled down for backpackers and travellers. Slightly bowed back, that's to add more resonance. Yeah. So here we have the wonky straighter GS Mini. GS Mini, again made by Taylor. Retail, these are a bit more money. They retail for $469. Solid top, and as you can see, it's just a generally slightly bigger guitar. Now this isn't full scale. Officially, it's about a 3/4. If you want the official figures, then again look on the website. Steel strung, truss rod, spruce top, laminate back and sides. Again, the scale length is shorter, so the tension on the string will be less. Now, in comparison to a Baby Taylor, they are a bit tougher, so I'd recommend that actually if your kid's about 8 or 9, this is a brilliant, brilliant guitar to start on. These 469, did I say that? I'm sure I did. But tonally, this delivers a miles better sound. So there we go, 4 really, really nice student instruments, ideal for ages 6 through to about 12 and beyond really. If you want any more specific information on these guitars, you can go to our website, which is guitar-galleries.co.uk. By all means, you can give us a bell. If you look us up as well, I'm more than happy to speak to you. If you've got any questions, by all means post them below. Don't forget to like, subscribe and all the rest of it that everybody else does. If you want us to make any specific videos in future, by all means you can send us an email through our website, or again just leave a comment down below. Well, thanks very much, good seeing you, and we'll see you next time.